Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and he's Dax O'Ryan. Say hi, Dax.
I might be Dax O'Ryan. I don't know.
The one thing I want to promise you from the beginning, neither of us is going to pee on stream.
I can assure you of that.
We were just talking. There was one time when we were playing on the open server over on 2 cents. 2 cents plus. And since it was open, anybody could jump in, and somebody peed on stream.
He streamed a stream.
We did indeed. It was a funny moment, but who the fuck does that?
Weird.
What the fuck is wrong with people? We have good people in our chat there. Hi, chat. How are you guys today?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I feel like my voice is deeper than normal.
Because you got a heavy dose of that testosterone-filled game we were playing.
Must be. So, guys, I didn't really watch the news today because I was playing a video game. I slept really long, and then I played a fucking video game. But I do know Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, is going to be testifying in front of open Congress tomorrow. For those of you who don't know, he's going to supposedly, according to sources familiar with the matter, provide evidence that Trump told him to lie to Congress. If he does that, that is a high crime. That's not a good thing for a president to do. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting day on Capitol Hill. I don't know if you guys watch that shit. I like sports, but this is like my my Super Bowl kind of thing. I love this shit. I love watching these senators get up there and well, in this case, I can't remember if this is the House or the Senate that's calling them. We'll find out eventually. But I love watching these senators sit up there, all high and mighty, knowing damn good and well they can't do a fucking thing about most of the shit they ask about. Instead of actually getting something done. They're interviewing Cohen. This has already been through Mueller, however the fuck you say his name. But they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. And this time it's going to be public, y'all. Because they need to justify being mad all the fucking time. They actually have Cohen's opening statement. It's been released already. And I don't know if this is the one because they had some closed door questions with him. But tomorrow is going to be the one that's going to be open to the public. So it'll be interesting to see what he tells us. John says, I say bullshit on Cohen. It is interesting that, okay, this is a guy who is going to jail for lying to Congress. And Congress brought him in to question him. Does that make a lot of sense? Does it make a lot of sense to say, this guy already lied to us? Let's have him come in and tell us the truth. Oh, man. It's I'm just glancing through. I am providing the committee today with several documents. These include a copy of a check Mr. Trump wrote from his personal bank account after he became president to reimburse me for the hush money payments I made to cover up his affair with an adult film star and prevented damage to his campaign. Copies of his financial statements for 2011 to 2013 that he gave to such institutions as Deutsche Bank, I think is how you say that. A copy of the article with Mr. Trump's handwriting on it that reported on the auction of a portrait of himself he arranged for the bidder ahead of time and then reimbursed the bidder from the account of his non-profitable charitable foundation, with the picture now hanging in one of his country clubs. That's a weird thing to do. Yeah. Okay. And finally, copies of a letter I wrote at Mr. Trump's direction that threatened his high school, colleges, and college board not to release his grades or SAT scores. All righty. As far as I know, I don't think anything of any of those is actually a crime. That last one might be, or the third one, reimbursing the person who bid on his picture
I guess.
through a charitable foundation. I don't know. I think he's a rat. I mean, that's what he's doing right now. He's ratting on Trump, which, by the way, we say that, he's a rat, he's a bad person. If he's telling the truth about crimes, that's actually what we're supposed to do. That's how we have a civilized society, don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're going to provide a letter that Trump told you. Okay, here's the problem. Even if he did have, let's look at the high school one. He threatened the high school not to release his grades. Unless Cohen has something that says Trump told him to do that, that's still on Cohen. Cohen, you were the one dumb enough to do it, you stupid shit. I wonder what the threat was.
I'll take away your TV.
What was his threat to his high school?
Oh, I don't know.
I'd be interested to know. I think that would be a interesting thing to find out. And tomorrow we shall. It'll be interesting because, like I said, this is a public hearing, so we should find out all about that. What a fucking idiot. And look, you're a lawyer who engaged in criminal activity. If these are criminal activities, is it illegal to threaten your high school? I mean, I guess threats are, but it depends on the threat.
I was gonna say, what kind of threat?
And what was he gonna? I'll make fun of you if you do this. I just don't get it. Sorry, Obama had his college records sealed. I don't know. I don't know what he would threaten them with. I really don't. It's fucking weird. Bless you. I also think it's weird that the president's former lawyers testifying about that. I am testifying about threatening his high school. I mean, nobody gives a fuck about that. What okay, this is what we want to know. Did you knowingly and with the president's direction make deals with Russia? Because that's what this is all about. Nobody gives a fuck if Trump threatened his high school not to release his high school transcripts. Because
I really don't care. So what? Even if he failed high school or whatever, he still has done what he's done.
Yeah.
How does that change anything?
It doesn't. But if he had like D's in high school, he'd be, look, he was stupid. He's smarter than you.
It's made it to presidency.
How's that feel? You with your A pluses all through high school. How's that feel, motherfucker?
I don't think they understand. They really don't.
They don't. And it'll be all over the news tomorrow and probably all through the weekend unless something big happens.
Sure.
And hi, guys. I hope you're all well. We're just discussing this Cohen thing for a moment, and then we'll move on because there's not a lot of to talk about today about it. Tomorrow's the day, y'all. It's the day the Democrats have been waiting for. They're going to have Cohen in front of the public, and it will be an utter shit show. It really will.
Yep.
But it'll be fun. And it's sure to make, I would say even for the next 2 weeks or so, it'll be headlines everywhere. Hey, Charles, how you doing, man? Lester Logic. Hey, guys, hi, everybody. I hope you're all well. Me and Dax were over playing Borderlands 2 on 2 cents plus. Man, that's a fun game.
I love it so much.
Ebony says, don't you mean later today, Monkey? Yes, actually I do. I'm having my yawning fit like I did at the beginning of last show. I'm not actually tired, y'all. I haven't even been up for 10 hours yet. God damn it. Oh, one more hour and I'll be up for 10 hours. And that's That's not a reason to start yawning. The past 3 years have been a shit show. Actually, it's ever since Trump entered the race seriously, it's been a shit show. It really has. And it's amazing to watch, just because of how
he really didn't know what to do when he said, "Yeah, I'm actually going to run."
Yeah, and as he fucking won, that was the part that was great. That chick who got on her knees and just started screaming in that one thing.
Yeah,
that one video. That's a fucking awesome video.
You better
just,
fix this now.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch?
They're all pretty stupid.
Well, yeah, look, I've had elections where, like I said, I haven't voted for a major candidate since Bush's first term. He was the last president I voted for. My first vote was for Bill Clinton. My second vote was for George Bush. And then after that, I'm like, fuck all of y'all. Fuck all of y'all. I don't believe any of you. So I've started voting for people in my life, people that I trust. I voted for my best friend several times. I voted for my wife. But I do have my leanings. It's like, I would prefer this person to win or that person to win. And yeah, I've been disappointed. But life goes on. These people are acting like
it does.
The world's going to explode. It's going to explode. Explode. Hey, Polly, how you doing, man? You want to come hang out? Did you watch? Do you watch Joe Rogan?
Not often.
He had Dr. Phil on today.
Oh God.
No, it was actually it was a pretty good interview. He talked about a lot of things that I think people need to listen to more. Oh my God. N says he'd vote for me. I've been running since I turned 35. So by all means. I deleted a tweet I sent to you yesterday regarding the racist ICE lawsuit ACLU filed. Why'd you delete it? What was wrong with it? So I joined to the words, fuck all y'all. That's comforting. Hey, look, sometimes in society and in life, we need to just say, fuck all y'all. That you know how much better off we'd be if people just did that? What was it? Oh, Dr. Phil. So Joe Rogan actually started out asking him about Cash Me Outside Girl. And poor Dr. Phil, he's like, oh God. He's like, that's what I'm infamous for now. God damn it, man. I'm going to stop. I'm going to get up and do jumping jacks or something.
Yeah, no, you won't.
Yeah, you're right, because that would fucking kill me. Oh, Drew says I blamed AOC by accident. Oh, shit happens. Oh, Polly says
I'm sure she did something wrong, so just,
Polly says he's caffeinated and bored. Will you do me a favor and toss in a link?
Who?
Polly.
Already did.
Oh, well, then say yes.
No.
Just say yes. The power of yes.
I've already done. All right.
The power of yes. Do you know what that's from? That's from Far Cry 5.
You know what the power of is? The power to just let it happen.
Just let it happen. No, what actually, I think I'm gonna wait for Polly for that conversation about Dr. Phil, because I think it's an important one. It's one we need to talk about, and it's one a lot of people need to hear. And I'm going to go into my inner Dr. Phil. I don't know if I can do his accent and everything. I can do a Southern accent, but I can't do Dr. Phil's Southern accent. Isn't Dr. Phil the show with the segment, Are You Not the Father? No, sir, that is Maury Povich. You are not the father. Yeah, that's Maury. Dr. Phil, he does a much more. He's like old school. Maury has kind of gotten into just doing You're Not the Father. He's like the what was that called? Paternity channel. Where Dr. Phil does a lot of things. He did one on Jilly Juice.
Oh yeah,
Jeff Holiday as a guest.
It still makes me laugh.
It does, because that bitch actually claims her juice can make arms grow back.
Yeah, say what you will about Jeff, but he wasn't wrong here.
He's not, no. Prospero says my Southern accent sucks. That's bullshit. You full of shit, lady.
I'll tell you what.
Depends on, I can go deep Southern if you want. do some crazy shit. But don't tell. I've actually had people convinced that's real. Anyway, yeah, Good Dr. Phil episode on Joe Rogan. They got into drugs and stuff and how they're passed out like candy by doctors now. And when I had my first surgery, I was in they put me in a room with another person for my recovery. Because the first one, they actually took a piece of my hip out and put the bone up in there, which always made me, I didn't understand that, because they put the bone in there so it can grow together between the two vertebrae.
Mm-hmm.
And then they slap a titanium plate on top of it.
Ugh.
And my thought is, look, if that titanium plate breaks, I'm not sure the bone underneath it's going to survive. It's fucking titanium. But anyway, so they do that, and they told me I couldn't leave the hospital till I got up and walked. So I wake up from my surgery. I'm just fucking in pain. So I had one injection of morphine, which put me right back to sleep. And when I woke up, my ass got up and started walking around the hospital. And one of the nurses go, "You don't have to walk yet." I'm like, "Bitch, I want out of the hospital." Titanium doesn't work that way, but okay. What do you mean titanium doesn't work that way?
You're talking about it breaking. It's not liable to break on normal stress.
Well, that's my point. If the titanium breaks, the bone's not going to save. Whatever breaks that titanium is going to break your fucking neck too.
Yeah.
The bone around is going to shatter. I watched my first episode of Jerry Springer in 20 years yesterday. Wow.
Good times.
Atomic says the bone is structural, the metal is reinforcement. Well, when they did the second one, they didn't take anything from my hips. They just did the titanium plate, which seems more incredible. Prospero says it's incredibly strong. If that breaks, you're dead. Kind of my point.
But is it really your point though?
It was indeed.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah, if that titanium breaks, you're fucked. I mean, do you know how strong titanium is?
Pretty strong.
Very strong. It's like stronger than anything else.
Well, that's not true, but it's pretty freaking strong.
It's stronger than Superman.
No.
It is. I read it in a comic book once. They hit him with titanium and he died instantly.
Okay, I believe that.
That's a true story. It's in Superman 14. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nope.
Anyway, so I'm in the hospital, right? Trying my best to get out. I just want the fuck out. The guy next to me, he had a surgery where it was one of his actual or part of his back that they fused, just one little piece of it. And the whole time I'm in there, this motherfucker is bitching because they won't give him more morphine. I'm like, look, they took the piece out of my hip, they put it into my neck, and I was walking the next day. And this motherfucker is just whining about how much drugs he needs. And I've run into that with a lot of people. You know, no matter what happens to them, they need more drugs. They need more drugs because it just hurts so bad. Like, no, it don't. No, it don't. You don't hurt that bad. You're lying. You just want drugs. You want that high. Fuck off. And that's what doctors need to tell people. And for a long time, they weren't. I know somebody, I'm not mentioning names here, who had got so many prescriptions from her doctor that she used to pass them out to other people just for fun. They would just sit around and get high on them. But she needed them, y'all. She needed them because she had a bad back. Like, you out of your fucking mind? This was the problem. This is why opioids became a problem, is because doctors started handing this shit out like candy. Backscan says, I don't get anything from morphine. Ibuprofen works better for me. Well, morphine, when I've had it, it doesn't help with pain. Morphine makes me go to sleep, so I don't care about the pain. When I'm asleep, my pain doesn't bother me until I move wrong and it wakes me up. Excuse me. Where ibuprofen is actually a painkiller. It makes pain go away while it doesn't put me to sleep. Yeah, people, it's like, I need it. No, you don't. Shut up. You don't need that shit. And they go, you don't know about pain, monkey. And then I just look at them like, Prosper said, I had an ER doc write too many scripts for me once, didn't take them. Yeah, I'll tell doctors straight out, look, I'm not taking that because there's stuff I'm not going to take. More fun. No, it really has become an epidemic in this country. I mean, what was it? What was this statistic? 78,000 people die a year from drug overdoses.
Probably.
And most of them are morphine now. Yeah. Well, I just remember when they fact checked Trump when he did his what's the word I'm looking for? Speech to the nation. Address. That's the word I'm looking for. When he addressed the nation, and he said more people die of drug overdoses than died in Vietnam, and they were like, "Well, that's true." But like, well, if it's true, then it's true. And I think it was like 78,000 or 72, and 58,000 died in Vietnam. God, I miss having a good memory. I really do. Prospero says the fentanyl is a problem too. Well, it's been suggested that the fentanyl is the problem. That the more natural states of opium don't cause as big of a problem. The fentanyl is what actually causes the overdose. I don't know. I don't use any of this stuff.
No.
I just know that doctors need to stop prescribing it. Backscan says it's a fine line, though. My brother is addicted to hydros now, but the doctor said he had the back of an old man at 25. His muscles look like bones in x-rays. Oh, it sucks, man. And I'm sure it does. I'm sure it hurts. I just don't know that drugging somebody out of their mind is the best way to go, especially with drugs like morphine, where the body adjusts itself to it. So you have to keep taking more to get that high, which is what people get addicted to. They don't get addicted to, oh, pain relief, thank God. It's the high from it, and that's the problem. Anyhow, man, we got into a little drug rant there. Where the fuck is Polly? Polly, get your ass in here. You told me you were awake. He's making sure his smoking jacket is pressed right. He's got his streaming press jacket. Not press jacket, smoking jacket. God damn it. I messed that up.
Yeah.
Please say Song of the South was good in your Southern accent. Well, I have to get into the accent for a minute before I can do it. Song of the South was excellent. There you go. There's a problem also when I talk in that voice too long. I end up just falling into Bill Clinton's voice.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. That wasn't a very good one. It needs a little bit more of the old man sound to it. So, let's take a moment and check out our hashtag. But what's our hashtag?
That'd be MITAM.
Oh, right. When I go to the hashtag, I always take it to latest so I can see, what's been put up there. But right now, it starts at top, and the first thing there is that chick's butt from yesterday that we were talking about, the one Polly was showing us.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name.
I don't remember. Just Shantae, I think. Shantae.
Yeah, Shantae. Yeah. There he is, Polly. Polly. Put the pipe down.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty damn good. I'm in full relaxation mode. I got my Jetsons pajama pants on. And
nice.
Good job, Elroy.
Yeah, it's got the Jetsons in their little family car and pictures of George smiling like an idiot. I love them. They're so comfortable.
I have M&M ones with all the little M&M characters.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. I love peanut M&Ms, and every year for Christmas and my birthday, somebody buys me the big bag. And one year, somebody bought me the pants to go with it. Like, sweet.
Hold on. The co-host of Comic Book Curation, link in the description or in the chat, Inquisitor, he calls them, what's his description? My gave up on life pants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think that's one of those phrases, like, even in jest, you probably shouldn't use to describe yourself. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to talk about Dr. Phil on Joe Rogan today. Did you happen to see it?
No. You know what? I've been completely unplugged from the happenings all day long, so I'm looking forward to what you know about what happened with Cohen and his testimony today. But yeah, what's up with Rogan and Phil, Dr. Phil?
Well, since we've already talked about that, let's talk about Cohen real fast.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, like, at all. So
nobody does, because today's testimony was, the testimony on the 26th, put it that way, that was sealed. That was behind closed doors. Today, I keep forgetting we're on the 27th. He will testify in open Congress.
Okay.
That's the one that's going to be fun.
A public circus fuck show. Got it.
Yeah, we have his opening statement. If you go to the Drudge Report, it's linked on there. Where he tells us that he provided documents that show different things he did for Trump, including threatening Trump's high school and colleges not to release stuff, to release his transcripts and such. Okay. He doesn't say what he threatened him with, which is what I'm curious about. What the fuck do you threaten a high school with as president?
I mean,
you cut their funding, I suppose, in certain ways.
I think scenery can be wildly distracting unless this high school was in Stalingrad. I'm not really interested. What does this have to do with Russia?
Exactly. That's what I said. Thank you so much, sir.
What? Did you know that he pulled a little girl's pigtail in the 6th grade?
mean,
I don't fucking care.
It's fucking stupid. There's another one that he says that he's going to, thank you so much, Diesel Dave. If you're going to talk about JRE, I have to go. Look, I like Joe Rogan, and we're actually going to talk about Dr. Phil and something Dr. Phil said. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about something Phil said, and I want these guys' opinion on it. But yeah, so we won't know a lot until tomorrow, probably.
Now, was the closed hearing today because of why?
Because there's stuff they're going to be asking about, I think, related to, or stuff they wanted to ask about related to the Mueller investigation.
So stuff of actual substance.
Yeah. The stuff we're going to get tomorrow ain't going to mean fuck. I mean, they're talking about threatening his high school. Yeah, seriously.
What? And yeah, you know what? Hillary Clinton's thesis is yanked down from her university, isn't available in the digital archive when everybody in her graduating classes papers are available. Why? What did she write on? What's the problem? Right. How did you get it pulled down? Probably because it wouldn't be the best thing for her campaign, and it's neither here nor there. Move the fuck on. It's a suspicious thing. Did somebody probably threaten her or pull a favor to get it, threaten them or pull a favor on her behalf to get it done? Yeah, probably. Is it a reason she shouldn't hold public office? Probably not. Whatever. Seriously, you're asking about his fucking high school? Why don't you ask about when he sprouted pubes too? I just don't understand what any of this has to do with anything. I wish this was embarrassing for everybody. I wish Rachel Maddow would have a moment of sudden integrity where she says, I really don't like the guy, and it's great to see him publicly raked over the coals in this fashion, but come on, can we get back to Russia, please?
Dave says, I haven't watched it yet. Well, I'm going to spoil one thing that they talked about. It's a great episode if you like Joe Rogan. You know what? I know a lot of people don't like Dr. Phil. he's hard to not like when you hear him just talking. He seems like the kind of guy that you just, go hang out with. The kind of guy you just have a beer with. Even though, and I don't drink beer. He could have a beer. I'd have a Pepsi. But Ron White tells a great story about him. 'Cause I don't know if you know, Dr. Phil's fucking loaded. He's made quite a bit of money in his life. Mostly on TV. But he's got a yacht, and he invited Ron White to hang out on the yacht, and Ron got wasted.
I would.
Wasted. I won't tell you the rest of that story. Watch Ron White's special. He's got, I think it was his last special he did on it's on Netflix. That's the word. Anyway, I want to talk about this one part of it. In this one part, they're talking about self-improvement. And Dr. Phil and Joe both agree, as long as you're doing something, by the end of the year, like right now, he says, it's February right now. If you do nothing, by the end of the year, your life's going to be exactly the same as it is right now. But as long as you do something every day or, every week to improve your situation, whether it's monetary, losing weight, getting healthier, even if it's not losing weight, say you have diabetes, getting that under control. As long as you're doing something to make your life better, working your way to a job you actually want, then by the end of the year, you're going to look back and go, wow, I've actually done quite a bit. And I feel like that is something we need to beat into the heads of everybody in America. Because so many, if you are on Twitter as much as I am, so many people, week after week, month after month, year after year, post about how fucked up their life is, and they never do anything to change it. Nothing. They have no goals. All they have is bitching about how bad life is. And I'm wondering your thoughts on that, about beating this into the head of fucking people. Polly, you're a Psi major.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about just that premise of doing just a little bit every day?
That's definitely. When it's, how do you, like when you're looking down the barrel at a master's thesis or a doctoral dissertation, it can seem so immense, from like a 200-page thesis to a 600-page dissertation. Where do you even get started? And it's like, that's not the question. It's what's involved in my 5 hours of work every day. You have to put 5 hours into it every day of like a 5-day week. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what am I going to do by the end of the day is the question. And by the time a month has passed, it's like, holy shit, that I get a lot of research done. And those have all been turned into notes, which have all been turned into pages, like meaning of written material. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you try and start huge, like, okay, you know what? I want to lose weight. And I look like, I don't know, let's say you want to lose 100 pounds. It's like 100 pounds is a massive effort. And it's like, yeah, but that's not how you do it, right? It's right. Like, how do I get my, did I do my 20 minutes of cardio today is the question. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. No, Dr. Phil said something that I want to put on a shirt. He said, someday is not a day of the week.
You mean for people that sit around shirtless on Twitter?
No. The idea, people, I will do that someday.
Gotcha.
I'll do it someday. Someday is not a day of the week.
Right. Right. Jeez.
Like,
and that's why he's rich. Coming up
with shit, right?
Pithy little statements that can fit inside a fortune cookie and sound profound, but aren't. Yeah.
But see, it is. It actually is, because I know so many people. My best friend's ex-wife, she was a get rich quick girl. Every little scheme, you could convince her of anything, and she would throw tons of money at you.
Okay.
So that she could get rich quick. Where if she would just have got a job and stayed with it and progressed through a company, she would have made a decent amount of money and been fine. But she never wanted to put in any work. She wanted it now, because the idea of actually making something of herself was just, I don't know, foreign to her. And she would have the, someday I'll have this. Someday I'll have paid off my house. Someday, because she really liked horses. Someday I'll have a bunch of horses. Like, sweetie, someday isn't a day. If you want that stuff, go work for it. Don't throw shit at fucking get rich quick schemes. And man, Dad, she used to spend his money like crazy on that shit.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Spend his money.
Well, yeah, because she didn't have any. She didn't work.
Oh man, you just made that story 5 times worse with those few words.
Oh man,
I thought she had like money that she had saved up or whatever.
Oh fuck
like,
no, fuck no.
Okay,
she was getting rich she was gonna get rich quick on his money.
Jesus.
Yeah, I felt. Oh man, yeah, that was hard to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it. I know Dr. Phil is like absolutely is a registered practicing psychologist.
Sure.
I don't know. Is he a psychiatrist or a psychologist?
Psychologist, I believe.
Yeah. But the stuff that you see on his show, because my mom's a big fan of Dr. Phil, not because of the advice that he gives, but waiting for the train wreck people to show up. Like my mom's waiting on Cash Me Outside Girl, and for Dr. Phil to rip into them and call them like stupid, spoiled little teenagers. My mom gets off on that.
Well,
it's weird.
Yeah, no, I understand that a lot. He actually told a story about that, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, because it is interesting. It's right at the beginning of his show, so if you guys want to go watch that, it's awesome. I think Dr. Phil touches the same nerve that Jordan Peterson does with some people.
I can see that.
Because Dr. Phil, he's kind of a dad figure, where he's like, no, stop it, you're being fucking stupid. He doesn't say being fucking stupid, but he's what do they call it? Down to earth, real. I don't know the terminology the kids use these days.
Those darn kids.
Those darn kids. But he's psychologist, behavioral, says Prospero.
Oh, he's a behavioralist. Okay. It is, a lot of it can fit into the realm of like generalized advice from a quality life coach.
Yes, exactly.
Because like some life coaches they're just taking your money, man. You know what I mean? But there's good ones, I'm sure.
I read a review of Jordan Peterson's talks that he gives, because he's on a tour right now, and it was from somebody who absolutely hates Jordan Peterson. So let's make sure we put that out there first. And she says that she went in there with an open mind. She tells us she hates him, but she went in there with an open mind. She hated the whole thing. It was just boring, because all he did was give just general life advice. I'm like, that's what people are responding to, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many people out there who I don't know if they just didn't have dads or dads didn't care, but there's Jordan Peterson's whole thing, clean your room. He's telling men how to act like men, and that's what she really hated about it. But there's something that people respond to, and Dr. Phil, it's his down home advice, his down home way of just talking to people. I want to see a black mom have her own advice show.
Okay.
It's funny you say it in that way, because it'd be tough to know unless you did a meta-analysis as a social psychologist, but like it seems like fatherlessness is a big thing. Like, like you said, I don't know if they didn't have fathers or their father didn't care or whatever, but it's like, where's the male role model, male authority figure rather, telling you what to do and slapping you upside the head when you do stupid shit that you're going to like stop and listen and pay attention to in a way that you don't respond to in terms of a matriarchal mother figure. It's different. Dad can say, go ahead.
Ebony says, make it a black grandma. You're right. A black grandma at this age. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just Tommy Sotomayor, man, his whole thing is fatherless America. Like his whole shtick. It's like, why he connects, goddamn, so many things back to that, like in his mind. And whether or not it's right, I don't know, who knows, but it seems reasonable enough. It's like, do you think kids would be out there in the street if they had blah, 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 blah? He goes, no, that's a single parent home that's causing that. And it's not to say that every single parent home ends up that way, but I highly doubt there would be a single parent home mother that wouldn't appreciate the assistance of a father. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get it. Absolutely. Jordan kind of got in trouble for the same-sex marriage one, where these fucking assholes, they cut out what he actually said, and they took like half of the clip of what he actually said, because he was asked about whether or not same-sex couples can raise a child. And he said, in any home where you're raising children, they need the male role model and the female role model. So in a gay couple, whether they be two men or two women, they're not going to get one side of that. And Cap Jack, thank you. Learn to code Diesel Dave, # triggered. I don't know what's going on.
They're having a fight in chat.
Oh, thank you so much. Be nice, guys. But that's where they cut the clip. And that went viral on Twitter, because he's that makes it sound like he's saying no, but he turns around. He goes, yes, they can raise children. It's just a lot more difficult, and the child's not getting that. And he goes, absolutely, they can raise them. It's just better for them if they're raised in a male and female household, so that they get both sides of that. And I do wonder about our society. I know a lot of my children's friends. Dave, do not make me don't make me take that away, because I will. He didn't. There was no reason to delete that. I wonder, because a lot of my children's friends, they were in single parent homes, mostly single mothers, and that. I really do think that's why people respond to people like Dr. Phil and
Peterson.
Jordan Peterson, yeah.
No, I don't. I don't find it particularly surprising, especially with I don't know, you end up arguing as such a traditionalist this way, and I'm not a hardcore traditionalist, but it seems like the only avenues that one is afforded when arguing societal norms in general, you're either a hardcore patriarchal traditionalist, and I mean patriarchal small p, not the feminist criticism of it, or it's like the complete feminization and deconstruction of males, period. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some middle avenues here. Like,
Seth in chat just said, even if there is a dad in the home, most men are not allowed to be a man anymore. And that's not necessarily untrue. When you have this conversation with a feminist, they immediately go back to the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah. You just want to go back to the 50s. I'm like, no, I grew up in the 80s.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying there's some golden path in the middle that I can lay out for people. I'm saying there's got to be multiple paths through the middle of those two extremes. No,
yeah, there should be. And our society is suffering from the demonization of men. And I didn't mean to get on this topic, but I really do believe that. It's dangerous. Our boys don't know how to grow up. They have no role models. Their role models are a bunch of fucking pussies on TV.
Well, let's also not forget role models for girls as well. Prospero talked about gender role modeling in adolescent psychology. It's an important thing. If the father's not there, that doesn't mean something. Yeah, it means a lot to the boy. Yeah, but it has to mean something to the girl as well. The male model pattern is missing. Could that have something to do with all the women going after fucktards? Maybe. Might have something to do with it, you know?
I think it probably has a lot to do with it. Prospero says, dads matter, get used to it. They do. And it's weird that we've demonized them so badly. where we're trying to, for fuck's sake, you're actually trying to make it so women can pass off breastfeeding to the man. And I realize that's not that's not the same. It's not like behavioral when, it comes to like discipline or teaching work ethic or something like that. But you're literally trying to turn men into women so men can know what it's like to breastfeed in case mom can't that day or for whatever fucking reason. Now daddy with his size B titties can feed the baby.
You know what I don't get about all this is it's like, okay, let's say you got a gay couple, right? Both men,
Sure.
right? Who's going to breastfeed? And they want to do natural breastfeeding. Okay. Whether it be some device that you're hooking on that has like, milk jugs on it or whatever the fuck, right? That all of that stuff seems like conversations between natal care specialists, doctors, and the gay couple. My question is, why is it constantly throughout news articles on garbage tier websites? That's the part that I find so interesting. It's why are you looking to popularize, amplify, and put a spotlight on this? Almost seems like you might have an agenda of some sort.
It's exactly what it is.
Like and I think some of the agenda is unintentional. It's weird, therefore clickable.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Jack Gunsky in chat said it right. Remember, folks, boys are broken girls. And here's what's happening. I'm going to break it down for y'all. Especially in the homes with single mothers. Women do not know what it's like to be a boy. You don't. You know why? Because you've never been one. So these mothers who've never been a boy are raising these boys like a broken girl. It's like, why isn't he acting like I did when I was a child? Why isn't he acting like my daughter? Why is he so? We need to drug this kid. He's weird. He's broken because I have no idea what it's like to be him. I had this conversation with my wife one day. My son was sitting in the middle of the floor chewing on a shoe. And he stopped for a second and hit himself in the face with it. And he was like 1, maybe 2. He was crawling age, whatever age that is. And me and my wife were looking at it. She goes, "What's wrong with him?" I said, "Nothing. He's a boy. Leave him alone." And you don't have men to tell women that. And it's not even telling the child necessarily. It's telling women, like, leave him alone. He's a boy. That's what they're supposed to do. We're just fucking weird sometimes. When I was little, I used to beat my head against the sidewalk. I don't know why. It's just something I did.
Boys are not energy like fucking crazy.
Yes.
It's and a need to externalize the energy that they feel. Yeah, act upon things, build things, tear things down. Yeah, very. I mean, come on. Yeah,
we're you're right. I think it's the energy thing, and they don't understand it because they aren't boys. And it's causing a problem. It really is. But
but I mean, and then to go to it and keeping in mind, we have a whole bunch of people that are like, they're not would-be authoritarians. They're would-be Thanoses that they can remake reality according to their will. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, boys are like this because they're broken girls. And so really what the problem is we need to reshape society in such a way that everybody is seen as a tabula rasa blank slate. And the way that we do that is by starting in the schools. And like, do you see what I mean? They're social engineers, just not calling themselves that, wanting to remake society in their own harebrained image that they came up with. Like, fuck it. And these are the Clementine Fords of the world.
Oh God.
Do you understand? But I mean, that's who talks like that.
Real quick. Thank you, Snubber. I can top your son, Monkey. At 4, I locked my father out of the house and stark naked opened all the Christmas presents. That's the kind of shit a boy would do. Because I've said this many times. When people tell me, we're having a baby, I tell them, boys have no common sense. If you get a boy, we have no common sense. You have to train us because we will get bad ideas and just go do them.
Even if we are trained. I mean, honestly,
yeah,
it's
true. Yeah,
it reminds me of
girls are mean, boys have no common sense.
It reminds me of a story from Star Trek. There's two people, they're very, very sick. They're in sick bay, so they're just got to like tell stories to pass the time because they can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one time, like he's speaking feveredly. He goes, so my parents, they had this really big antique wooden table. And for some reason, I got it in my head to go take every screw out of the thing. And because it was just,
nice.
it was so old, it just stayed together in the shape that it was in until my dad came in with the Thanksgiving turkey. And he sets it down in the middle of the table, and the entire Thanksgiving dinner just collapses onto the floor. Oh, God. And the woman he's telling this to laughs and says, God, how old are you? He goes, I don't know, 24, 25.
Yeah, boy, we have no common sense. We just we get bad ideas and act on them. And we're not broken girls. We're boys, and that's a weird thing that women will never understand. That's why do men have to do this? That's who we are. Stop it. And yeah, there's a ton of differences in men, but here's one. I mean, most men can answer this question easily. If there's 3 urinals and somebody's standing at the one all the way on the left, which one do you use?
All the way on the right.
Thank you. Nobody has to tell men that. We just do it. And if somebody comes up and if you're on the left and they stand in that middle one, it's an uncomfortable day. Thank you, James Colley. Too much energy and too young to fuck or build, destroy stuff. Bad ideas come natural. Good ones come with a backhand. Okay. Yeah, we need training. We do. Because we're men. And to this day, I do shit because I get bad ideas. And it's usually Lady Monkey going, when I went up for dinner today, my son's fiance was giving him shit. And she said something to him. I've heard from my wife many times. I love you, but you're annoying me right now. I'm like, I have heard your mother say that exact same thing. And he was just being silly, amusing himself. That's gay to stand at the middle one. It is. It is. Everybody knows. See, that's from Ramen Lewis. He's on the other side of the planet, and they know that. Wouldn't be like, why is that a problem? Like, because those dicks are too close. You got to have some separation. You only use that middle one if you absolutely have to because the other 2 are taken. And frankly, what you should do is wait in line. Thank you, Snowstorm. Sup, my niggas? Don't worry, I have a pass. I don't think you need a pass for that.
Nah.
I don't overuse it just for the fun of it, but hey, it's just a word, y'all. Just a word. But yeah, that's a lot on that. What is this? Okay. We're gonna check in on some news, y'all. We haven't done that yet today. See what kind of stupid shit is out there. Cohen will call Trump a racist and a con man in his testimony. Yeah. Okay. Pakistan reportedly shoots down 2 Indian jets. That's not cool. Those are both nuke countries. Let's not have tensions over there. This is one we're gonna talk about. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Diesel Dave says, then you use a stall. Absolutely. I have peed in a stall because I would have had to stand next to somebody at a urinal. You don't do that. Miss Cortez fires back at Ivanka Trump. I worked for tips. Freshman New York Representative Cortez snapped back at Ivana Trump. She snapped back, y'all.
Holy fuck, that is him.
Who?
Holy shit. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot I had a microphone in front of me. The guy who's the current focus of that whole anime hashtag Me Too bullshit, Vic Mignogna.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Captain Kirk from Star Trek Continues.
Oh my god.
Star Trek continue
It's a fan thing.
the fan thing?
The Scribe's a huge fan. They did like original series episodes. It's a fan series, etc. I've watched every episode more than once. I just didn't clue in that was Vic Mignogna, because every picture that I've seen of him that's like a stock, 8x10 glossy design for fans and stuff is him looking like he's on the cover of a boy band album. Like, he's got like the little 5 o'clock shadow and he's giving the look and stuff. Like I just didn't make the fucking connection.
I've never watched.
Oh. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt there.
No, you're fine. I was just yawning. I've never watched. Scribbles has told me to watch it several times, and I always forget.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's really outstanding. Now I have more reason to support the guy. I'm a fan of his work, and I didn't even know. I don't watch Dragon Ball Z.
He's also in Full Metal Alchemist.
I don't watch that either.
I think you'd like that one, all right.
I just haven't yet. I don't know that I don't like it. I just haven't.
Didn't I tell you to do that before? I swear we had that conversation.
You did. You also told me to go watch something when I said I like samurai period stuff, and I went and looked at it, and it looked like futuristic Harry Potter get along gang group of friends.
I don't remember what it was, but that was me.
Snowstorm, thank you so much. Unfortunately, Vic is getting the Kavanaugh special.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
He absolutely is. But Vic's kicking back, man. Fuck.
Uncle Sam, thank you. It's okay to use the middle urinal only after the movies, and only if there's no stalls available. Yeah, you don't stand right next to somebody at a urinal. Freshman Cortez snapped back at Ivanka Trump's criticism of her Green New Deal proposal Tuesday, saying she knows what she's talking about when it comes to wages because she actually worked for tips. As a person who actually worked for tips and hourly wages in my life instead of having to learn about it secondhand, I can tell you that most people want to be paid enough to live. Fuck this bitch. She's such an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
A living wage isn't a gift, it's a right. Workers are often paid far less than the value they create. I wonder, Miss Cortez, have you ever sucked a dick for money? You ever do that for a tip, sweetie? I bet you have. But don't tell your boyfriend, because he'll get mad and kick you out of your new house. Fuck that bitch. Let's see. What else we got going on here? Plane rocks violently during nightmare landing attempt.
Oh, I saw that.
I didn't watch the video, but the two pictures show the plane. One's tilted all the way to the right and then all the way to the left, and that's why I don't fly. I don't need to go outside the U.S., and I can get everywhere in the U.S. I need to by road. Seriously, I would rather take a bus than a plane. I really want to go. I want to take a train ride. I've never rode on a train.
That's fun.
I don't know that I trust Amtrak, though.
I don't
really?
Trust Amtrak.
They're getting a lot of crashes, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they got a lot of trains out there. Cars getting a lot of crashes. It's just a matter of volume, you know?
Yeah, but they actually have like routes and stuff. Cars don't. Look, the train going left and the train going right are operated by somebody who knows where the trains are going. The car next to me doesn't know where I'm going. So if I suddenly veer to the left, you know what I mean? I feel like they should be able to fix that. Yeah, they shouldn't have trains hitting each other. That's all I'm saying. In today's day and age, I feel like that's something we should be able to fix. Truck drives wrong way down highway to escape police. How'd that work out for him? Well, there's a mug shot, so I'm guessing not very well. Michael Jackson's family slams molestation claim in bombshell doc. You know, I never actually looked into the charges against Michael Jackson until I watched
Razor Fist.
Razor Fist.
Yeah. Fuck, he goes
And
to town, huh?
Oh my God, he does.
Yeah. He's so cool to have done that. Like, you know what I mean? To have spent the time and put together that video. And especially when he did part 2, when it's like a rebuttal to that newest so-called documentary, right? And he's like, this stuff gets immediately demonetized. There's no money in this for me. I'm doing it because I want to, God damn it. And it's like, yeah, that's a good point. Like it. Jesus.
Snowstorm, thank you so much. Ivanka works for tips, just Trump's tip only. Yeah, that's nasty. Diesel Dave says, thanks, I'll operate my own vehicle. No, I wasn't saying that cars should be like that. I'm saying trains, they should be able to figure out, you know, if this one's going to California and that one's going to New York, which track they should be on so they don't meet in the middle. Oh, yeah, the Razor Fist one was great because I'd never looked into it before. I mean, I will still make Michael Jackson jokes just because it's funny. But the claims against him, they don't seem to hold up very well.
When you see it laid out in a particular way, like, okay, he was charged with this, and then they went to trial, and then this happened, and then it was, you know, in the way that he sort of lays it out, like documentary style, right?
Yeah.
That is dramatically different than hearing on the news every day, Michael Jackson pedophile, Michael Jackson pedophile, Michael Jackson pedophile.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Because then you just think, he must be a pedophile. It's like Donald Trump racist, Donald Trump racist, Donald Trump racist. He must be a racist. It's like, was there any evidence of that? Or did you just hear those two terms put together constantly?
Real quick, Ramen says, who's Razor Fist? Check out Rageaholic on YouTube and I believe Razor Fist on Twitter.
Yes. Razor Fist on Twitter with a 0, not an O, which I'm sure he regrets to the day.
No, check him out. He does some really good stuff. He's got a lot of gaming streams on there.
Yeah.
But look for the shorter stuff. Those will be his videos. And the gaming streams aren't bad either. I think you were the one who has recommended them repeatedly. I finally watched a couple.
Razor Fist arcades. Yeah, they're great fun. Even if you're not a gamer, and I'm not, they're a blast to watch because the talking is sometimes about the game, but then always about just the questions being asked or chat, right? So a lot of politics, a lot of culture and society. It's great.
Night, Dave. Yeah, I watched the when he was playing Batman, Arkham Knight. Knight? Yeah. And I can't remember the other one I watched, but I threw him on over in the side while I was playing a game. And yeah, he's entertaining.
Yeah. His movie reviews are awesome too. He's really into old school 80s flicks, like action flicks. So he does, you know, God, he did the whole like every movie Bronson's ever done, including the Westerns and then all the Dirty Harry movies and Schwarzenegger films, and they're all hilarious.
Yeah, he did his videos though, that's where he shines, man. He is I don't look, I'm a huge fan of Dennis Miller.
I was just about to say, if you love Dennis Miller, I mean, that's his comedic hero, right? So
you can see it in his style. But he makes it his own. I mean, it's enough his own that it's awesome. And I fucking love him. I love his stuff.
Can you believe he only has 130,000 subs?
Yes.
It's just because he doesn't network. He doesn't do all that.
It's not just that. It's also his philosophy.
Okay.
His politics. He's not on the right side to break big. Yeah, he does excellent work. He deserves to be a lot bigger. And I'm not going to lie, he liked one of my replies to him. I was like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and on Twitter, he's a fucking beast, man. He really is.
Yeah, he's awesome. I really enjoy his stuff.
And hard to get a beat on. Like, wait a minute. You lived in Japan for 3 years and speak fluent Japanese?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like, do you see what I mean? He's just hard to get a beat on. Like, it's like, wait a minute. You dress like an 80s metal, leather, heavy metal guy.
Yeah, he does.
But you're also like kind of a weeb. But then
a little bit.
You're also like a big conservative politically and fiscally. Okay. You know, just trying to combine all and a huge fan of Michael Jackson's music. All right.
You know,
it's kind of cool, you know.
I liked Thriller and Bad, and after that, most of Michael Jackson's music just was like, eh. But hey, I appreciate a fan. You know what I mean? A fan of something. I like people like that. I met somebody once who was a huge fan of Dean Martin.
Oh, I'm
Like, who the fuck is a
fan.
huge fan of Dean Martin in this day? Well, yeah, but you have a smoking jacket.
Well, that's true. As part of the whole cabaret image, it's yeah.
She actually is the reason that my first monkey. She drew my first monkey for me. There's a really old picture. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it was around the internet for a long, long time, of a monkey with 2 middle fingers, one in each eye.
Okay.
And she was bored one day at work as we were chatting. She goes, "I'm bored. What should I do?" And that was what I was using as my avatar at the time. I was like, "Well, draw my monkey." And she actually drew it for me because she's actually a good artist. And that I used that for years. But I wanted one that I could manipulate. That's why I have this one now. So I made my own. But yeah, she was a huge fan of Dean Martin. I'm like, who the fuck is a fan of Dean Martin these days?
Well, lots of people. I think the same. Well, I think the same goes for Frank Sinatra. Lots of people claim to like him, but it's like, do you actually listen to his music? You should. You should give it a shot.
Oh yeah,
crooning's a lost art form, man.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Sinatra.
No,
I like some of it. Fly Me to the Moon is awesome. I fucking love that song. My wife introduced me to that song.
Have you watched the original Ocean's 11?
No.
Long time ago.
Yeah, you should really check it out. It's very illustrative of why the Rat Pack became a thing, the camaraderie amongst them and the kind of bancy, style that they had, the kind of fraternity frat boy thing that they had going. It's great. It's really awesome. You see like Sammy and Dean and chairman of the board Frank, like, yeah, they were Peter Lawford before they had their angry split, and Lawford went off and married a Kennedy.
Prospero says Sinatra tended to sing off pitch. Just saying. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, Prospero?
At least he didn't need auto tune.
Oh God, I hate auto tune. I still don't know if the lead singer of Maroon 5, what the fuck's his name? I don't know if he can sing because he never does.
I would have remembered until you said that. Okay, what is his fucking name?
He was at the Super Bowl and showed his titties. Is it Adam Levine? That's Adam something. It's Adam Titty Shower.
Titty Shower?
Yeah, he took off his shirt at the Super Bowl. Everybody got mad because his titties were out.
Did he have moobs?
No, but remember Janet Jackson got in trouble for her tit coming out. So everybody's like, oh, he showed his boobs.
Mammary glands are secondary sex characteristics. Male pecs are not.
Look, but they were trying, they were trying.
Were they ever? Fuck.
Let's see what else is going on in the world here. School chief ousted as mystery pooper says life is ruined. What?
What?
All right, we got to read that. Yeah, that's the title. His life is in the crapper. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't help, did I? The ex-New Jersey superintendent, who was outed as the school's mystery pooper, said cops defiled his name by leaking his mugshot, which quickly went viral. The lawyer for Thomas W. Tramaglini, who pleaded guilty in October to defecating under bleachers on Kenilworth Public School property, called for an investigation Monday into the can y'all get me just normal names? Holmdel Police Department. Oh, that's over on Streamlabs. Give me a second here. I am so sorry. I don't have that open. There we go. Thank you, Wicked Woody. Guys and Dolls, Sinatra and Brando. Now that's a movie. I've never watched.
From Here to Eternity. Have you seen that?
No.
Suddenly, there's lots of great Sinatra films. You should check some of them out. A lot of them are on Netflix too.
Yeah, there's a lot of old movies I've always wanted to watch. You know what movie I really want to watch, and it's just really hard to find, is The Maltese Falcon.
Oh God, Bogart is literally my favorite actor of all time.
I love Bogart.
don't start, or that's all I'll talk about for the next hour.
Casablanca is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy. He's mad because they released his name and he was shitting under the bleachers. Fuck him. You did it. There's that. You know what? You did it.
I love that they launched an investigation into the mystery pooper. It sounds like they got the fucking mystery machine and called up the Scooby Squad. I mean, Jesus.
Here's the real pooper. Twitter DMs. I'll check him here in a minute. My youngest son, I've called him Bogey since he was very, very little.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The reason I called him Bogey was because we planned on having 2 children. And in golf, when you have one extra shot, it's called a bogey, which he finds upsetting. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. And I told him, like, look, Bogey is one of the coolest people ever.
Oh, God. He defines leading male, in my opinion. Like it.
Yeah. Bogey was the shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, don't be offended by that name. I know you're a little upset by it. Because it means you weren't planned, but your sister wasn't either. So that was high school and no condom. So don't be upset. James Colley, thank you. Bands missed key changes often. COB never wrong. What is COB?
Close of business, as far as I know. That's not what's meant here, though.
James, you don't have to do another super chat, but can you tell me what that means? COB. I'm not familiar. Oh, Key Largo is also. I've never seen African Queen. That's another one I want to, but it's one of those things that I think about when I'm not around anyway to watch a movie. Because I've heard it's very good, but Spender, Tracy, or Cary Grant are better leading men. Nah, Bogey was the coolest motherfucker ever.
Cary Grant had more stylish swagger, but nobody connected with the audience and had more heart than Bogey.
Bogey, yeah.
Like that lisp alone is just gold. You know what I mean? It's
without Bogey, Casablanca doesn't work. He is just what's that?
He's the only reason that movie works for me.
He is. I mean, he is so fucking. He's just cool, man.
He is, and yeah, you're not going to get me to argue with you, but like, I mean, it discounts the job that Ingrid Bergman did. Like, the chemistry between them is just lightning in a bottle. It's wow, yeah.
You're not wrong, but again, that's because it's Bogey, man.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had that connection. I mean, she might have with somebody else, but I can't imagine it working as well as it did. And you're right, she was fucking awesome, man. I mean. And gorgeous. Fuck me, man. She was gorgeous.
Oh, right. It's like she was sculpted. It's almost wrong. Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit. I'm supposed to check my DMs. I forgot about that. Sorry. Let me get Twitter back up here.
Ebony Williams says, I'm too young for this conversation. So am I, Ebony. It's fine. I like stuff that was usually made long before I was born,
All right, Boomstick. I will let you in. But I have to tell you, if audio is a problem or you're an ass, then I'll have to kick you out.
Yeah, but I'm an ass all the time. You don't kick me.
Well, it depends on what kind of ass. I mean, there's acceptable ass and there's non-acceptable ass. I just have to warn people because look, there are times I might have to kick people out. Yeah. But I'm happy to talk to people and try.
Now, Prosper asked, do you know where the speech thing came from, Polly, meaning Bogart, the lip injury? As I understand it, but I think that story is supposed to be apocryphal, is when he was in the Navy and he was on a ship and the ship lurched or he tripped and fell and smashed his face on an engine block or something.
It's Bogey. He got that when somebody cut him as he was fighting 15 people without wrinkling his suit.
Yeah. He was fighting his way through the 15 people to a burning building full of orphans and nuns.
That's right. He's Bogey, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Bogart was so cool. He really was. And you just don't have that right now. We haven't had an actor like that for a long, long time. Probably since the Rat Pack.
You know, who was it that named Cary Grant and so forth as other leading men?
Who was that? Evil one.
Okay. I don't think you're wrong in naming like those people. Like you're absolutely right. Like they were great leading men, great list. I think what Monkey said like is kind of like sort of like backing that up. We don't have anything like any of them today.
No, we
like,
don't.
What's the closest thing? Fucking Clooney.
Probably, you know what? Probably.
And that's a sad state of affairs, no?
It is, but I appreciate that he's trying to be that old school. He's actually changed into it. If you look at his early career, and then once he got onto ER and became a serious actor, because he was on the original ER. The real quick, hi Jesus, how you doing, man? He's muted. There he is.
Am I good now?
You are good. Yeah, you're.
And my microphone is good too?
Yes, sir. Your sound is great.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. All right. Cool. Continue with what you were going with, because I kind of have the lag stream, like, the behind this, stream, and I'm
there's always
behind a little bit. Yeah.
You always got to ask, find out.
So go with what you were doing.
Yeah,
go with what you were doing.
Yeah, we're talking about old actors, and we talked about, we just brought up how Clooney is probably the closest we have to the greats,
Clooney. Okay, so I'm more cultural. I'm sorry. Continue.
Somebody RJ just said Clooney started on the Facts of Life. Yeah, he did. He was he someone's boyfriend? I remember. Yeah, they brought him on. He went from there to a very short-lived sitcom called ER. And then he kind of just disappeared until the drama ER, and he just blew up.
I didn't know those were even separate things. There was a comedy ER first.
Yes, there was.
Didn't know that.
I remember watching it because we watched it, and it wasn't a great show, which is probably why it didn't last very long. But he started out as a comedic actor, and once he became serious. And actually, probably around the time of Ocean's 11 is when you started seeing him in public dressed almost like the greats. But George, you don't have the screen presence.
I just had a huge brain error there. Like I thought you meant 1959, 1960 Ocean's 11. I was like,
no.
Like, okay, I get you now. Now, yeah, he was trying to buy into the borrowed credibility of Las Vegas suave. I hear you. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is he doesn't have the screen presence those guys did.
No. I will admit Clooney has some charisma. Yeah, but I just don't think he can. Come on, he's no Robert Mitchum. He's no Cary Grant. He's no just no.
The other one that might get close is DiCaprio. He might. I don't know. He has a screen presence. I think he's as close as we have to the screen presence.
I've got an odd relationship with DiCaprio as an actor because he was like heartthrob DiCaprio, right?
Sure.
And he was a skinny little kid. He was a skinny little kid until he turned 30, and then suddenly like gained weight and grew up like overnight.
Yeah, he finally hit puberty.
Yeah, like and was able to grow a beard. I just said with full air quotes. And now that he's an adult, I really love his acting. I just couldn't stand him as a kid. Gilbert Grape, all that stuff. Like maybe he was a good actor and people could appreciate it. I just didn't. But then I saw The Aviator and The Departed and Blood Diamond, all like in rapid succession of each other, and I was like, "Holy shit, man! DiCaprio's like the man. This guy can really play the detached, hard-fought lone wolf male character really well." Some people think he just yell acts. I think that's because those are the roles he's taking where it requires yelling. That's me.
Well, yeah, I loved him in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
And man, I came in when you guys were talking movies. I'm sorry that I don't know movies.
No, you're fine. Actually, we're going to take a little break from what we're talking about to shill ourselves. Guys, my Streamlabs I just put in the chat. If you'd like to support the show, you can like it, you can share it, You can tell all your friends about it because it's awesome, especially if they're insomniacs. But remember, they can listen to this tomorrow. Polly, I really do got to get this set up as a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I've
you
looked
do.
into it. But guys, you can also support the channel financially, or instead of supporting me directly, you can support the gentleman in the panel. These guys are fucking awesome. Dax, do you have your Streamlabs available?
I usually do, yes.
Can you throw that into chat so that people know where they can support you? Dax does all the stuff behind the scenes here, guys. He makes things happen.
I need to throw Dax some money.
Oh,
by the way,
have to.
I need. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Because I threw Monkey too much money. I need to throw you some money. Anyways, continue with what you were saying, Monkey.
There's no such thing. Polly, you want to tell people where they can find you? Polly does not have a Streamlabs, but Polly, where can they find you?
You can find me at the link that's now in chat later on today, actually, Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern.
It is Wednesday.
Yeah. Jack Cochran, who's a longtime and often and welcome guest on Monkey in the Morning.
Indeed.
Will be joining me along with Inquisitor. And we're going to do our stream at 10 p.m. Eastern, Comic Book Curation, where we talk about all things comic book and nerd in and around the field, the books themselves, the movies, superheroes in general, and all of the political fuckery, including trying to burn down a voice actor for no good reason and Me Too him right out of existence. Lots happened in that regard last week.
I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you talk about D&D?
No.
Well, what the hell? Well, that's not all things nerd, man. That's not all things nerd.
No, well, hold on now.
Come on.
I hear you. I personally don't talk about it, but Inquisitor does. He's the one who brings the D&D knowledge to the table. He actually runs a D&D stream every week.
Ooh,
yes, he does.
He needs to include me. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, you should hit him up on Twitter. I'm sure he'd love to have you if they have an open spot.
And finally, Jesus, is there anything you'd like to shill out there?
I do not want to recommend my channel. No.
There you go, guys. That's a ringing endorsement. But yeah, guys, remember, Monkey in the Morning is brought to you by you, and I appreciate it all. So, Cheese, what was it you wanted to? You said you had questions and stuff for us.
Well, okay. So, first of all, the other, I think it was one day or two days ago with your Jesse Smollett thing. Mm-hmm. He did not. That was clickbait, you motherfucker.
That was not clickbait. That was not clickbait.
That was clickbait.
It wasn't.
Dude.
It wasn't. Hang on.
Dude, talk about.
Listen. Let me explain.
Okay, you make your case first.
Let it happen.
Then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Okay. All right. So I already told you I am left-leaning, right?
Uh-huh.
So I follow Tim Pool, and I already told you he gets repetitive, right?
Sure.
So he has followed this fucking Jesse Smollett thing to a fucking T, and you know he's fair, right? He's fair.
To
an extent,
sure.
To an extent,
he's more fair for somebody who's as left as he is than most people who get an audience.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so he has brought to my attention what you said with that title before you put that as your title, and if anything, it should have been. He allegedly says, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
here's the thing.
Okay.
One, I stole the title from Satsu.
Fuck Satsu.
Robin's dark man. That's
right. I stole it from a black man.
Fucking white man stealing from black man again.
It's what we do. But according to the reports, something he was accused of was wrong.
No. That's the other thing I wanted to tell you about. Okay, so you guys were talking about how TMZ was mostly fair, which is correct for the most part. Mm-hmm. I agree. But TMZ was also the ones that brought to light what's his fuckus I forgot the guy's fucking name now. The fucking guy's name. Shit.
The
No.
Nigerians?
No. The guy that was the guy that did the fucking fake report. Samuel Jackson? No, that's not it. That's not it. Sam, what's his fucking name?
What did he
The
do?
guy.
Jesse?
No, Jesse. That's it.
Okay.
Jesse, whatever the fuck.
Smollett.
Yeah, that guy. Jesse Smollett. TMZ was the one that brought to light the fucking they screamed MAGA country. So you guys were saying that he fucking like TMZ was correct most of the time, which they are, but they brought to light the whole hoax, and then now they're contradicting, and they're saying,
hang on.
okay, look, okay,
Here's where you're not being fair there. They reported what news they had. And at the time,
right,
Jussie Smollett had made this report. So they didn't do anything wrong there. They reported what he or what happened. And so far their reporting on this has been spot on.
Yeah. I mean, so you can't say that because they said Jussie said there was the hoax, and then say Jussie said that the hoax was like someone else's payment or something. It's allegedly.
Well,
it's
no, here's
according to Jussie. It's according to Jussie. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The payment part, and that's what the title was about. The payment part, as far as we know, the source is not Jussie. What we've heard, what they told us in that article is that they have sources who say that that's not what the payment was for, and that the brothers, when they went before the grand jury, said that's not what the payment was for.
It's okay. So that's there in the note section of the check that this fucking retard signed.
I'm not going to agree or disagree that he's a retard. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's a fucking retard. Okay, so he signed it saying like, look, it was for what did he say? Like
training.
Fucking training. Yeah, that's it. So that's what he put in that. But the fucking police chief like waved that off, like, dude, like we have more evidence other than that.
Well,
and
that's the
we're
thing.
going to put that in, and don't get me wrong, innocent until proven guilty, right? I agree with you. I agree 100% with you on that.
I think he's guilty as fuck.
I do too, but innocent until proven guilty.
Here's what you're missing. Here's what you're missing. Hang on. Just calm down a little bit.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Just relax. The part you're missing there is that if the TMZ story is true, the grand jury heard that there was no payment, that this wasn't the payment. And that's not to say they weren't paid in cash or that they didn't get some other payment from them. But the grand jury heard that this check was not payment, and they still indicted him.
But
they believe all the other evidence, and that's the important part. The chief saying, look, they have this check for it. Okay, they have the check, but the check does say that it was for something else. And from what we've heard, this guy has trained Jussie before. He was his personal trainer back in early 2018. He was also his drug dealer, according to Jussie. But what it does, the check isn't irrelevant. Because they indicted, even hearing that wasn't part of this.
Who? Wait, what?
The grand jury still indicted him, even though they had heard testimony that the check wasn't involved.
Because
so there's enough other evidence.
Is pretty obvious that there. That's what I'm saying. There is other evidence. Like, okay, so the check isn't the evidence.
Right,
I'll give you that.
That was the point of my title.
Say, it's clickbait.
It's not clickbait because it was true.
All right. So the other thing I wanted to say too. So let's get off Jesse, because I don't even care about fucking what is Titan. I've never even watched that show once in my life. I don't
No,
care.
Empire.
Right?
Empire.
Empire. That's it.
Mhm.
Okay. I've never watched it once in my life.
Garbage.
So here's the other thing I wanted to get into it with you.
Sure, bring it on.
Because I'm kind of, again, more left leaning. I'm very centrist according to my political compass test that, again, Tim Pool made me take. I was like, wait, no, I'm conservative, and then I would took this test, and no, I'm left leaning apparently. Okay, but I'm very centrist. So here's the thing: gun issues. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. What part of it?
Sure. Okay. So I have I'm gonna use the usual left term, but I want you to hold off on the ridicule for a second when I say it. Common sense gun reform. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Go ahead.
Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
You take your time. I'm getting ready.
I have one common sense gun reform rule that I want. Well, actually two, but only because the one that I want, I feel like wouldn't be impactful without the second. So let's start with the second. First of all, I think gun reform should start with every state should have the same gun laws. Every state in the United States. And let's explain why. The rule that I actually want in place is because let's start with why I want it in place. The majority of gun crime is done by illegal guns, correct? Did I get that correct?
I'm not sure about that.
As far as no?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
As far as I'm aware, the majority of gun crime is done by illegal guns, correct? Well, you don't know. So, as far as I'm aware. So, my solution to that would be my brother wants to ban all handguns. Fuck all that. I disagree. Don't ban pistols. Fuck that. I disagree. But I don't want to take guns away from you. I'm the lefty that doesn't want to take guns away from you. I actually want a gun, right? I want to make it so that so you have to register your gun, correct? Is that how guns
in some states
work? Yeah. In some states? Okay, so that's why the first rule that I said needs to be enforced. So I think all states, you need to register your guns. And then secondly, back to the rule that I want to have enforced is not only do you have to register your guns, but you have to bring it to, I don't know, an NRA range or some government based range or something to show 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. I don't know. That's negotiable, right? I don't care how many months, but you have to come back to this range to show that you still have this gun so that it's not on the black market, so that the illegal guns aren't getting distributed to the fucking gangsters in Chicago. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
If I'm understanding right, you just want to make sure people still have the guns that they bought. Okay.
Yes.
What does that do?
Okay.
Well,
I can explain that.
Because or because you've heard that most gun crime is committed with illegal guns, is that why?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
One, as far as I know, in most states,
a gun can get stolen.
In most states, if your gun is stolen, you have to report it immediately.
Right. Good. Yes. Good.
So what would you do to them if they show up and they don't have their gun and say it was stolen?
So I think there should be obvious allowances for like maybe again, this is negotiable. I'm not a fucking politician. Like 3 to 4 roughly maybe allowances for, you got guns stolen, but if you get like 17 guns stolen, then you can't own a gun.
that would be a problem.
Yeah. So that's what I want. So I want literally you just to continually show up to just a range and shoot your gun. I want you to shoot your gun at a range and fucking show that this registered gun is in your possession regularly. Is all I want.
Do you think people should be required to have a gun safe?
No, not at all. Unless okay, hold on. Unless they have a registered felon in their household.
Well, what about showing up to get the gun verified? Okay, I understand what you're saying there. But don't you think that it would make sense that if that's your worry that they have that gun secured somewhere? And for the record, I'm not arguing for this. I'm trying to understand.
Because the whole point of having a gun is for self-protection. If someone breaks into your house, I feel like you should have the ability to fucking shoot that person. If they're trying to rape your lady monkey, if they're trying to rape lady monkey and you have a gun in your house and you shoot that person, that should be readily available to you. I'm okay with that. That is okay. But you should have to not only register, but regularly show, like, I don't know the specifics on how regularly, but regularly
just some time period.
Yeah. So there should be a time period that you should have to like shoot you shouldn't even have to shoot it. You should just have to show up to the fucking gun range or some shit.
And they verify
someplace.
Okay.
Some government
I
facility and
understand
show
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do, but I just don't think that would help with much. If the problem is stolen guns, hang on. If the problem is stolen guns, they're still going to be stolen if all you're doing is saying, "Hey, every year you have to show up and show this." That doesn't stop the thieves from stealing the guns.
Sure. And that's why I give the regular you can have a couple like fucking guns stolen. That's fine. If you have 17 guns stolen, then obviously you're just selling them. But give them 5, 17. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know the exact specifics on how many guns you can have stolen from your household. But if anything, like the point, okay.
That's something you need to work on your plan. Your plan doesn't bother me as much as somebody saying you can only have a 10-round magazine. I don't think your plan would help with much because if guns are being stolen,
but that's the guns.
You have the problem of hang on. You have the problem of guns being stolen. The criminals aren't going to give a shit about this. Needing to go check it out.
Sure.
So you're not changing anything.
Yes, I am.
Unless you think there's a lot of people selling guns and pretending they were stolen. I don't think that's the problem.
I don't think that's it either. I think the problem is the fact that people can get guns. Like my uncle is telling me, because I proposed this to him too. And he was telling me, no, I shouldn't have to register any guns and they shouldn't have any allowances to know how many guns that are in my household. Why? Why shouldn't they know? They should know how many guns are in your household. The government should know how many guns are in your household, in my opinion. I don't know if you disagree on that, but in my opinion, they should know how many guns are in your household, and if one of them, 15 of them gets stolen, then they should recognize a problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
No,
because
I understand what
then
you're saying. I do.
at
I
that
do.
point, you're just selling them to the black market. So I'm not even trying to take guns away from you. I'm trying to take guns away from the black market, which would make the black market's prices go up. So the black market would fucking be $15 million for a fucking pistol, whereas you can get one legally for, I don't know how much a gun goes for. So
Couple $100.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
I'm not in favor of registration for the simple fact it's not going to stop any gun crime. Almost
No,
all,
it's not. It's not.
almost all common sense gun control won't stop any of the problems that we've heard that we need it for. Every time we have some shooting, we start to hear about these common sense gun control things. And I'm not talking about necessarily your plan, except for the registration part of it. People registering their guns is not going to stop them from being stolen. It's not going to stop them from losing their minds and shooting somebody. It's it's one of these things that we tell ourselves that it sounds good on paper. It might make people feel a little bit better, but it's not going to change anything. And
I think it would.
I get it. I understand you think it will. I just don't think it will.
Okay. All right. Well, you're the I got a conservative from high school to tell me that I should write my politicians to introduce
you can,
this.
I mean, but if you do that, one of the things you're going to need to do is make sure you pick how many guns, what the penalty would be.
I would have to. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So sit down and give that some time, and maybe one day you'll have an article that I will pull up on the show and laugh at.
Fuck you.
With that, guys, we do need to get over to MIT AM because we were going to do it at the beginning, got all distracted. And I know there was a couple of stories I really wanted to check out. This one comes to us from Hearst Grave Gear. Sorry, that's not. God damn it, Dax. Why do you let me read?
Because it's funny.
Okay. Let's see. This comes from Hearst Grave Gear. As a new comedian working in the circuit, I'm appalled at disgusting jokes creeping back into the industry.
Oh my god.
This is Liam Evans, who I've never heard of. Liam Evans. Is that an M? I think it's Lian. It's hard to tell because it's, for some reason, they put the name in red and it's all just kind of blending together. Anyway, last month I saw Finn Taylor's new stand-up show, When Heresy Meets Sally, which made light of sexual harassment, the gender pay gap, and the hashtag Me Too movement.
Hilarious.
Sorry. His intention might well have been to just make us laugh, but I found little to enjoy in this Jim Davidson tribute act. What kind of reactionary drivel was I being subjected to in the name of comedy? For a while, I sat there seething as a room full of doubtless well-intentioned punters were laughing along with this thinly veiled rape apologism. Eventually, I left. Are you out of your fucking mind? Guy was telling, God damn it. Satire is a powerful tool. Tyrants have always feared ridicule because there is nothing more likely to undermine authority than the sound of derisory laughter. But male comedians like Taylor taking pot shots at women who have had the courage to speak out can hardly be described as punching up. God, fuck you when you're punching up. You know what? Okay, let's talk about that. All you have to do is hashtag Me Too somebody, and their fucking career is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Except
telling
for,
me,
what's his name? Carlin or some shit? No, not Carlin. Fucking dude that jerked off in front of
Louis
people.
C.K.
Yeah.
Well, his
that guy.
career, I mean, it's been pretty much killed.
It's going, dude.
He's trying to bring it
He's
back, but every
going,
time
dude.
he gives a performance, they
They're gonna
just lambast
fucking
it.
be outraged, but they're fucking not stopping him, dude. No, they're not gonna stop him.
No.
Come
Here's
on.
the
He's
thing.
fucking
He used to headline, and now they sneak him into shows. That's the
yeah,
difference.
true. Okay.
So
True.
but here's the thing. Hashtag Me Too can just decimate somebody's career no matter what.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Who's the guy who played Superman?
Dean Cain.
No, the new Superman.
I don't watch movies, so I don't know.
Henry.
That's why I don't follow your comic thing, by the way. Is I just don't.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Yeah,
what was the name there, Dax?
Henry Cavill or Cavill, one of those two.
Henry Cavill. That's it.
Did he get me too?
No, all he said is he thought it was a little scary.
Yeah.
He thought it was a little scary that these people are having their fucking careers ruined just on, an accusation.
And then he got fucking lambasted.
Yeah, they went after him to the point where he had to apologize. He had to fucking apologize for it. And
that was fucking
these people are the ones in power. That's why they do.
Mm-hmm.
The first part of this article is right. Well, not the first part, where he's talking about the tyrants fear ridicule. And they're fucking tyrants. These fucking Me Too folks, they're fucking tyrants.
Mm-hmm.
Feminists are fucking tyrants.
I agree.
And they should be laughed at. They absolutely should be laughed at. And like I said, you got to come after the jokes, because once you make it so you can't joke about it, you can't talk about it either. You can't have serious discussions about it. Because if you do, you're the bad guy. You're the sexist.
Yep.
You're the rape apologist.
I was just going to say, you're the rape apologist. I will be right back in a second, gentlemen.
It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. There's no reason for the fact that, like, this is the part where I hate the fact that I lean left. Right? Because I'm only slightly left, but like these people make me hate myself. Like, I fucking hate the fact that I do lean left. Like, I in fact, I encourage all of you to take a political compass test. And I would say that actually most of you would actually probably lean left. But fucking these people make you say I'm a conservative, which made me I for a long time thought I was a conservative. I'm sorry for going on a rant right now. Did you want to talk, or should I keep going?
Here's the thing. Where did it put you on the political compass test? Because there's two axes. Where did it put you?
No, there's four axes. There's authoritarian, there's libertarian, there's liberal, and then there's conservative. It put me on the bottom left, but it put me very close to center on all of that. So I'm pretty close to like understanding like everyone's perspective. Like, I get it. That's why I fucking watch conservatives mostly, honestly. Like, I watch I watch Matt Christensen, I watch fucking Tim Pool, I watch fucking a bunch of people. This is how I get my news.
A lot of those questions on the political compass test deal with social issues. I tend to be social issues, things like abortion, equal rights, that kind of stuff. And a lot of the way they're written, they do make you tend to be,
maybe I am conservative.
Well, there's different leanings. I do lean conservative, but there's a lot of things that your hardcore conservatives, especially your Christian conservatives, I don't agree with them on. So I mean, there's.
Well, so I mean, I'm pro-choice.
Don't marry yourself to that test.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Just because it says that doesn't mean you are in the same league as the person who wrote this. That's what I'm getting at. Oh
Fair
God,
enough.
Dax, I just read this line.
What would you read?
Who
The
did someone
success-
say something about?
Hang
Sorry,
on, but
go ahead.
the success of Hannah Gatsby's game-changing masterpiece, Nanette, has also showed beyond doubt that woke comedy is commercially viable.
It most certainly is not.
I'm going
no,
to
it is
shoot
not.
myself.
No, it is not.
Look at my value points. I'm going up every time I say a dead baby joke.
Yes, you are.
The idea that comedy has to be so nice, especially this punching up shit is bullshit. Go fuck off with that. Man, this person, Leon. Okay, I got to look them up. I've never heard of this one. What was it? Leon Evans. He's brand new to the comedy circuit, y'all. And I'm not bashing him yet because I haven't seen him. Is it
Hey,
Evans?
Chet, one, if you hate me, two, if you are okay with me.
Oh, never ask Chad
Yeah,
that.
don't ask.
I'm asking Chet, dude. I already did it. I already did it, dude. It's done.
I would never ask Chad that. I don't want to hear the answer. Fuck.
I do. I do.
Mistakes were made.
I'm questioning, man.
Leon Evans. What is this?
There's two. Look at that. They're okay with me. There's three.
You're a little bit. Don't take this wrong. A little spastic. Just gotta calm down a little bit.
I'm a little bit drunk.
Oh God, another Goot.
We got Gutenberg here.
Yeah, where's Gutenberg, man?
Yeah, can't do it.
We'll have
Nobody can.
an argument for like 30 minutes, man. There's two. There's a lot of twos. There's a couple ones, but there's a lot of twos. Come on, look at that.
1.5.
1.5.
Undecided, I guess.
They're okay with me, I guess.
Tom says, "Can I answer in the form of an essay question?"
I see what you did there.
That's funny. All right. Holy shit! It's already 4.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Let's get one more story from over here at the hashtag MITAM. What?
No.
All right.
No.
This one comes to us from Massive Dynamics.
Uh-oh.
Deputy facing the sack for farting on duty and repeatedly saying cunt.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Farting? Is that what you just said?
What?
Farting.
Yeah.
Farting on duty.
Farting on duty. You gotta hold that shit till you get off work.
I was waiting for you to say, no, I didn't say farting, Polly. I said, okay.
Okay.
I guess I did hear that right.
A detective who would break wind and use strong language around the police station could lose her job.
Her job. Her job. What the fuck? Where's the feminists? Where's
The comedy just went up like 3-4 notches. That's great.
DC Claire Fitzpatrick, 44, is accused of repeatedly using the word cunt and breaking wind in front of other officers. In a bid to prevent herself from being fired, she said that the behavior was part of a culture of banter at her village police station in Bedwas, South Wales.
It's a culture of online banter. What the fuck?
She's accused of farting outside her sergeant's office, telling a suspect you're driving like a cunt, asking a junior colleague if he wanted an affair with a fatter, ugly, older woman,
Jeez.
and asking another colleague in a busy station for thrush cream.
Oh,
That's
no.
nasty.
What is that?
What's that?
What is that? Thrush cream?
Thrush is a yeast infection in your mouth.
Oh, God.
I didn't know that. How do you know that? How do you...
It happens to babies.
Really?
It's common
fair
in
enough.
babies.
I don't have any babies. Yeah, okay.
My friend I told you about earlier, one of his children had that.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
She said swearing was just the nature of the place, and that cunt had replaced fuck as her word of choice. DC Fitzpatrick
Why is
admitted
that wrong? Wait, she got fired?
She's facing being fired.
Why? She's a
Calm down.
badass.
Let me read.
I'm sorry.
Calm down.
Okay.
DC Fitzpatrick admitted breaking wind outside the sergeant's office, but insisted that it wasn't deliberate. She said, I would joke about it. Sometimes I would speak like the character Borat or use silly voices to say rather out than in. DC Fitzpatrick, who has served on the force for 22 years, faces 25 counts of inappropriate behavior.
What the fuck?
All right.
Why? Why?
Hang on.
This is the woman I would like to. You guys were talking. Was it last night or the night before? You guys were talking about not wanting to work with women. That is the woman that I want to work with. Like,
oh no. Look, I understand sometimes people fart, but I worked with a woman at Walmart who was just nasty. She would fart and burp constantly and just laugh about it. Like, you need to get your diet in order. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't think it's get. Well, I guess they made a fucking story about it, so I guess it's a problem.
Speaking about the junior colleague she propositioned, she said, I met the officer a couple of months before. There was a bit of banter. I don't know how the conversation started, but we started speaking about whether he had girlfriends or children. I said, well, if you fancy an affair with a fatter, ugly, older woman who wears glasses, I have a number.
Okay.
He said, no, thank you. In response, I pretended to throw up in my mouth, and he moved away to sit down. Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay.
She's just nasty.
I get it. Yeah. No, never mind.
Speaking about the subject she called a cunt, she said, the officer with me said, Sergeant, you can't say that to him. I took a deep breath with my head in my hands and said, I'm sorry to the driver. The driver also apologized for his driving and his manner towards us. Speaking about the thrush incident, she said, I wasn't suffering from thrush at the time, so I wasn't asking her some literally. It was just another example of stupid, inappropriate things being said. So you were just making it sound like the other chick had thrush? Okay, that's the end of the story. And holy shit, that's nasty.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for the donations tonight. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
And shit, whatever the fuck, some crazy shit.
People, not space aliens.
Yeah. Well, okay. Sorry.
Just for the record, nobody believes me when I say that Jack is the reason we're always starting late. Like, hello.
Keep telling yourself that, Polly. Nobody believes you.
The evidence is mounting, my friend. I'm just.
He's trying to close, guys.
Thank you, Sanguine, over on the Streamlabs. Sounds like one of my coworkers. He got written up by an LT because he kept crop dusting them.
Awesome.
There was another guy. I didn't work overnights, but occasionally I had to go do it when we had to reset a mod completely. And there was this dude who could make an entire grocery aisle stink.
Ew.
Do you know how long the grocery aisles are in?
Yes.
You mean by being flatulent?
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's something. And in grocery too. That's the worst place.
Yeah.
How? I actually just want to know how.
I don't know. Something he was eating was not agreeing with him. And people warned me.
He just like farted the whole way down.
People warned me. They're like, don't go near him. He farts all the time. And I'm like, nah. And oh my God.
People that eat those like veggie burgers and meat substitutes, they have horrible farts.
I actually went vegetarian for an ex-girlfriend, and yeah, you're right. You're actually right. That's not even a conspiracy.
No, I had a
That's
roommate
correct.
like that. He smelled like a compost heap. Because, man, you fart and it is like
Oh,
mustard gas
Yep.
everywhere.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not going to end the show because Jack just got here. We're
Oh,
going to go
okay.
for a little bit longer. If anybody wanted to dip,
Sorry.
they can. Jesus,
What?
you can stay, but you got to calm down a little. You keep
I'm-
talking
okay.
over people. Let people talk.
I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
that's fine.
sorry.
Stream etiquette. Jack, how you been, man?
Oh, good. I just got up a few minutes ago.
Why the fuck are you getting up at 4 a.m?
I have a weird sleep issue
That
where
means he
I
has to
don't
poop.
sleep much. No, I got up because I was like, time to wake up.
Hmm.
That's it.
Now you had to poop.
No, I'd tell you if I had to poop.
Jack, I bought games today.
What'd you buy?
I bought 3 different Final Fantasy games.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
were they on sale still?
Some of them are, yeah. I got the Final Fantasy 15 because I didn't think it was fair for me to judge without playing it because I heard it had a really bad start. I bought Final Fantasy 5 because I like it a lot and it's underrated. And I bought Final Fantasy 10 that comes with 10-2 because it's one of my favorites. So
You just want to play 10-2 to find all the dress spheres. It's fine. Just
I had a lot of them. I actually had the game when it first came out on PS2. And I heard that there was a way to get a good ending and a bad ending, and I hate that shit. So I don't know if I fucked up. I was going to restart, but then I got on another game and never got back to it. So
Hey, Monkey, you want to hear them like get pissed off at me?
that's why.
Sure.
I've never played any Final Fantasy games.
You know, that's becoming more and more common now. See, if you
Is it?
if you'd said that like 10 years ago, people would have looked
Never
at you
mind.
like you were weird.
Damn it. All right. I thought I was going to piss him off. Sorry.
Yeah, if you said that back when like PlayStation 1 came out, nobody would have believed you because everybody had played
never
Final.
Played Final Fantasy.
I've never played Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
neither
it's
have I, but that fits into not playing games at all. So, it's
Well, yeah, I play games. So.
it's a personal taste thing because if you don't like RPGs, especially
I do like RPGs. That's the weird part.
Mm.
Are we talking about games now? Or is this where this is going?
Well,
That's
I just
where
like
it's
messing with Jack because Jack doesn't play games, so I thought he'd be.
No, okay. Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Jack, you don't play games?
Not really, not anymore. I used to back when I had more money and I had an Xbox, but I haven't played much in a long time.
Get a computer so we can play like we talked about.
You guys need to play League of Legends, man.
I've had every character up until I don't know who's most recent.
Yeah, I have every character. If I don't, then I can buy the last character. Anyways, that doesn't matter. You guys need to play League of Legends.
It's hard to get into, and you have to really
It
like
is
sitting there for
you do
20 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
I've played Smite.
Okay, not too bad.
I've played it. It's not bad.
It's like a heavy duty version of Dungeon Defenders, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's a pretty accurate description.
So what can we look forward to tonight on Comic Book Curation?
Ooh.
Can you give us a preview?
I would like to preview the thumbnail right now, but I happen to be working on it currently. So that's what I've been doing. Well, I've been chatting here.
Good job doing your homework at the last minute, Polly.
Well, someone's got to do it. God damn it! I mean, we're gonna be talking like some Vic stuff because there's no avoiding it. The guy's been Me Too'd, Vic Mignola.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is some Vic?
Vic Mignola, the guy who is in trouble for Me Too over at Funimation.
Yeah,
voices some cartoon
I'm a nerd, but not that kind of nerd.
You've heard him before, guaranteed. If you say you're a nerd, because you'll watch Full Metal Alchemist or Super Bowl.
No. I don't watch much. I just play a lot. I'm a Dungeons and Dragons and League of Legends nerd. Like, I don't know.
Well, that makes you a geek, not a nerd.
Okay.
Either way, Holly, what were you saying? You're gonna talk about the big stuff.
We're talking about the big stuff. We'll also definitely be touching on the Captain Marvel thing and what happened with Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah. Do you believe that had nothing to do with Captain Marvel?
No,
it really didn't. It really didn't. Tim Pool said it didn't.
It absolutely did.
Tim Pool says a lot of
It didn't.
when
Hey.
Disney's an elephant. They can step on a mouse without meaning to. Like it. Do you know what I mean? Like when they move, everybody listens. Look at the pressure they were able to exert on how many theaters in regards to contracts for how long you're going to keep a movie in play and how many other movies you can have at the time. Disney was able to exert pressure on thousands of individual theaters, even small ones that aren't part of chains, to if you want to have Star Wars movies in your theater, you can only have this many new releases showing at one time in competition with Star Wars, and you have to play it for this long. Who the fuck gets to put that kind of pressure on that? And without like actual lawyers discussing contracts? Disney, when they're that big and they hold that much weight, yeah.
Disney is the Walmart of cinema.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. When Walmart wants to buy something in bulk, it can change markets. Do you know what I mean? Like, same kind of idea. That's what a hegemony is. They don't need to exert direct pressure. Just swaying makes people change thoughts on how they want to do things. So yeah, I absolutely believe that it was about that. And plus mounting pressure leading up to that point, if it was just Captain Marvel out of the ether and it never happened before where people got active in terms of speaking negatively on or clicking the do not want to see button, and it's like, okay, this has been happening for a while and now it's happening to one of our tentpole films. No, like newspaper on the nose. No. And then Rotten Tomatoes was like, okay, yeah, I absolutely believe it was the crescendo of a leading up to it kind of thing.
Did Tim Pool really say it had nothing to do with it?
It had nothing to do with what?
You have to watch the video.
I watch every video of Tim Pool's. Had nothing to do with what?
The Marvel, Captain Marvel had nothing to do with Rotten Tomatoes changing how they do things. Did he say that?
No. He said that it wasn't them downgrading the video because no one fucking seen it yet. He pointed out the fact that no one saw it and no one wanted to see it because that's what Rotten Tomatoes is allowed to show at that point.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Jack?
Yeah, his argument was that they changed it because journalists were misunderstanding the point of the poll.
Yeah.
So they said, well, we got to simplify it because people out there aren't understanding the purpose of this system. So that's what his argument was. It wasn't a malicious thing against Captain Marvel potential viewers. It was because there's just too many people reporting it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Just no one wanted to see it. So that was his argument.
Yeah, and I'm not quitting because of this problem. I want to spend more time with my family.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Tim, you're either naive or, well,
how was he naive?
Two things can be true at the same time. Like
they can be.
It's like the best lies contain a really strong core of truth to them. You know what I mean? That's what PR agencies are really good at. You know what I mean? So you make a big change and everyone's going to take notice of it, make it sound reasonable. Are journalists actually misreporting this? I'm sure a number of journalists in different places did.
They absolutely
are.
And that's what his point is that journalists were.
Hang on just a moment here. Thank you so much, James Colley. Hashtag Polly abuses Jack equals hashtag save Teddy.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, James. Oh, Jack gives as good as he gets, believe me. Right. Well, you can stop by. Comic book curation link in the chat and see how bad Jack is.
Too long, almost. Good going.
I know. I have cut and paste ready, but I didn't have the screen up. Sorry, I'm losing my touch.
No, you made it. You made it just an amount of time to be, plausible.
Monkey, you didn't make a dad joke yet. What the hell?
I don't make dad jokes. That's Scribe.
Make dad jokes.
That's kind of why I watch you.
Dribbles makes the dad jokes. I make horribly inappropriate jokes.
Okay, you make horribly inappropriate dad jokes, dude. You do. You make jokes that make me not laugh, but face palm, and then I'm like, that's good.
One thing I want to bring up is what spilled more ink in terms of garbage tier articles taking odd takes on films to go into their own weird conversational directions. Did it happen with Black Panther, or does it happen more with Captain Marvel so far? Like Black Panther, right? The odd discussion points around it are like, this demonstrates that a black director can direct a film, and it's like there's plenty of successful black directors, dude.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, well, in a worldwide premiere film, and it's like that's happened too in the Marvel universe, and it's like okay, narrow it down a little bit more to still have But Captain Marvel, I think, has taken the lead because like Jack and I came across the same article independently talking about like Captain Marvel doesn't need a female lead because it has something more important. It doesn't have a romantic lead for Brie Larson's character because it has something more important, female friendship. And I'm like, okay, that's a weird hot take.
I would have to disagree with you on the Captain Marvel taking it. I haven't seen the other movie either because of the fact that, like, because of what's it called? The Wonder Woman movie. Like they just stopped letting men come into the movie theaters and shit. Like they did the hot take a lot harder or whatever.
Well, they attempted to do female only like showings, and it didn't really work out too well. Like it was like stop men in theaters. Like it was in one theater for a women's only show, and it's like, you know what? That doesn't bother me. There's female only music shows or concerts rather that have, that goes back a while. It doesn't bother me. That's just journalists attempting to jump onto something that's sensational. Therefore, someone will click on it because it's an out of the ordinary story and thus develops into something. I find it odd that, like, I mean, great. Sam Jackson has jumped into this now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Sorry, Eve, by the way, in chat.
What did Sam Jackson say?
Oh, Trump's a racist. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Compared to a plantation owner.
Mm-hmm.
A plant. What plantation?
Well, it's a generalized one. See, a journalist asked him. They were talking and they were going back and forth. And the journalist said, well, Donald Trump as a president has done more for African Americans than most of the other presidents. And Sam Jackson quipped back because he's got a larger plantation.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, the plantation of America.
You said that?
Yeah.
Jax, is that the story?
Yes, it is.
All right, hang on. We'll read this. From the Washington Times. Get your fucking ad off here. Samuel L. Jackson adds to Captain Marvel's PR nightmare, likens Trump to plantation owner. For fuck's sake. Actor Samuel Jackson's decision to liken President Trump to a Civil War era plantation owner is not likely to thrill movie producers who are dealing with a public relations nightmare for the upcoming Captain Marvel movie. The man who plays Nick Fury for for Marvel Studios waded into racial politics on Monday while controversy swirls around Captain Marvel lead Brie Larson for comments she made about white men and the patriarchy. I still love that video.
I know.
The patriarchy. The little blonde chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, man. It's just wow. It's just.
And everybody commented on that video. Everybody did a response. Where are we? Trump said he's done more for African Americans than almost any other president, a TMZ reporter told Mr. Jackson as he walked through Los Angeles International Airport. Yeah, he's got a bigger plantation, Mr. Jackson replied. The comment comes hours before the movie aggregation website Rotten Tomatoes took down its want to see category as interest in Captain Marvel plummeted below 30%. Yeah, so I mean that's all he said. There's no other comment. So Mr. Jackson, that makes no fucking sense unless you're saying that President Obama. Oh fuck, I'm out of cigarettes. President Obama also had a plantation.
The African American plantation owner.
It's the same country.
Well, it is. You get the idea. Is like it was TMZ, right? And it's like I'm just trying to understand. Journalism is so rotten to the core at this point, man. It's so bad. You know what I mean? That it's like TMZ is like total garbage tier, and it's like they get stuff that other journalists don't. Yeah, because they're scumbags that do like backyard connections and pay well for leads and leaks.
They're a fucking look. The National Enquirer got a lot of stuff right.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying. It's like, and he's following this guy through an airport, Samuel Jackson. probably didn't want to talk to anybody, much less a TMZ or journalist. And a journalist is saying provocative things. Like, why would a journalist proffer up statements like, do you have a response to Donald Trump saying that? Like, he damn well knows that Samuel L. Jackson is, well, in the words of Jussie Smollett, going hard against 45.
Yeah.
He does on Twitter. Like, Samuel L. Jackson's got a lot of trash talk against Trump. Okay. And so the TMZ reporter shows up out of nowhere and starts like throwing statements that are going to provoke the man. Yeah, that's what he was trying to do, attempting to provoke him. And look, he did. Yay.
Worked.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, but Captain Marvel does not need this kind of press right now.
No, yeah.
It's just stacking on, and it's not helping their cause at all.
No, it is not.
Do you guys think the blowback from this, from Brie Larson's comments, do you think it's as bad as Ghostbusters was?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
It's not good, but it's not as bad as Ghostbusters.
I think they were more prepared this time.
It's getting close. It's getting close, in my opinion.
What were you saying there, Dax?
It's just that I think with the Ghostbusters being so, fresh in everyone's mind, considering it was only 2016, they were a little bit better prepared this time to spin things differently, and they knew what would rile people up and which things they could ignore a little bit better, so they could still say their bullshit and get away with a lot more of it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. With that, we are going to wrap up, guys. One, I'm out of cigarettes, and
I am too. Damn.
I need to go roll more. But this Captain Marvel thing is a mess.
Oh yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes is lying their ass off. They absolutely did this because of how bad that was. So guys, thank you so much for the donations and hanging out with us tonight. You guys are amazing. Love you so much. Jack, anything you want to pimp out tonight?
No, I just popped in to say hey.
And we're glad you did. Love having you around. Dax, anything you want to pimp out?
There's an open server tonight for 7 Days to Die with your little friends here, Monkey and Satsu. That'll be fun. Go join them if you have a PC copy and you want to hang out with some pretty interesting people.
Indeed. Jesus, anything you want to pimp out?
I want to pimp out Monkey in the Morning. You guys need to fucking subscribe. Hit that like button right fucking now. You did not hit that like button. We only have 55 fucking likes, and we have 118 watching. What the fuck is going on with you guys right now?
I don't get a lot of likes on this show. Polly, anything you'd like to...
Just background noise from morning when people wake up.
It happens. Polly, anything you want to pimp out?
I've probably pimped it out too many times, but I will never miss an opportunity to shill. There's the link in the chat to the channel, and Jack and myself and Inquisitor will be on later tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern or slightly thereafter if we can get Jack around sooner. And we're gonna be talking about all these things and more.
Okay. And tonight we will be on my channel at 9 p.m. Eastern time for Lords of the Night. And then after that, we'll be over on 2 Cents Plus playing 7 Days to Die on the open server. Yeah, come check that out. It is a lot of fun. Whether you play the game or not, just come hang out and listen to the crazy shit we get up to in there. It's a lot of fun. Also, unlike most weeks, we are playing all 7 days this week. Usually we take Tuesdays and Thursdays off. We'll be playing Borderlands 2 tomorrow night on 2 Cents Plus. Me and Sats will be there. I'm not sure who else will be. Hopefully Dax and okay, so Dax will be there. But check it out. That's a fun game, and we're having a lot of fun with it. With that, I would like to thank Polly, Jesus, Dax, and Jack. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Everyone, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Laters.
Bye.
Later.
Have a good day, everyone.